you have stopped asking for people's permission, which is really cool, because you used to do it all the time, and I would be like, can you just be your own person, please? I in my head, I would never say that to you. Now I can, but like you needed people's approval, and you would never say no, and you would kind of be walked all over, and then we would suffer, like, not suffer, but like, you know, you would come home.
Yeah, my yes to somebody else was my no to you.
Yeah. And now you're kind of stepping in and honing your power and being like, you know what, no, like I have my daughter's dance recital, I have my son's whatever basketball tournament, or I have Creedon and I are going to go coffee date and have Dippin' Donuts, and you know, you have more time for all of us, which is good for like the younger kids. They're going to get more of a
I think like, and they grew up in two separate like lifestyles. Like yours was single mom, so I was working all the time, and then like the other kids, like they don't even know what it's like to not have me around all the time. Like they have no, like they get mad if I'm gone for,
if you don't tuck them in.
Yeah, or if I don't, if dad doesn't tuck them in, or I'm not like there when they're going to bed, like they don't like that. And so I think just the whole lifestyle change has been so amazing. Yeah. And I see just so much potential for other women to be able to step in and not be a competition, but really just
collaboration.
Yeah, collaborate with them and like come alongside of them and help them, like, oh, how are you doing this? And like, how are you doing this? And not only from a business standpoint, but from like a technical standpoint, but then also like, you know, like the relationship between, you know, your kids and your family, and like what's more important. Because at the end of the day, like if you don't love what you do, that shows up everywhere else. And like aesthetics has just always been like such a big part of like my life because of, you know, the beauty industry, but then just also kind of watching you grow up, and it has kind of been fun too.
I know, it kind of ingrained in me of what's important like, to have. Obviously, like I want to look good, and like I know how to curl my hair now, I know how to braid, all that stuff. I braided the whole volleyball team's hair, whatever, but also like the inside, when you look good, you feel good, and I would rather have a pretty heart than pretty face, you know, and you taught me that. So then like teaching other people how to have a pretty heart and how to help others with their hearts too.
But also I think like one thing that you and I have talked about, even just like within aesthetics, is that it's okay to be beautiful and have a pretty heart. Because so many times we've talked about that, and just like the judgment that I get or you get, and even being in aesthetics, it's like, oh, all you care about is the vanity and the looks and the this, that it's been an interesting, like, this is a world that for me,
you get to be beautiful.
I get to be beautiful. Yeah. So I get to show up and be my full self, and people actually appreciate that I'm pretty and look natural, versus when you're, you know, me growing up or in the outside world, it's like, well, you can't be beautiful and thin and have a good marriage or have good kids or have this, like you, like something's wrong with you. And I think like the aesthetics has really helped me like help you own
the past couple of years. For sure I've stepped into it, because I remember coming home and they told me I couldn't be in pictures because I was too pretty, and I was like, okay, what? I can't do anything about how I look. And then you work in a field where you literally help people with how they look, and so I remember like the past 2 years we had this conversation of like, it's okay if you dress like that, it's okay if you look pretty, or I would be like, walk out of the closet and be like, is this too much? And you're like, nope, wear what you want. And that was different for me growing up. It was always, well, this looks too good, I need to go change, or this is too much makeup. I didn't wear makeup until 10th grade? Is I
maybe
11th? Yeah, 11th, because I had the eyelashes.
A little.
Yeah, I barely ever wear makeup because I felt like I wasn't allowed to, because of my looks, and that I was already too pretty, or I don't know. And so now stepping into it, that like I like how I look, but I like who I am more, and owning that it's not just about how I look, and the people who we want in my life and that you and dad want in my life are the people who are going to see, obviously like think that I'm pretty and appreciate that, but want my heart more. And I think that's cool that you put that in aesthetics, you put that in the industry. So you teach me that, but you teach that in the industry of like, obviously I want you to love how you look, but I want you to love who you are more.